Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer series. In the last episode we defeated everything in Agrabah, and in today's episode we're going to go to the Pride Lands, a territory I don't think been yet in any randomizer I have done before, so I don't know how crash heavy this episode is going to be. I do believe that the Pride Lands is a fairly lengthy world, but I don't know how lengthy it is once you take out all of the cutscenes. I do know there's quite a bit of walking back and forth in the Pride Lands, but then again, that's probably also partly going to be removed because video editing is a thing. So I am very curious to see. We are still Alliance, or I expected as much, but there was a very small chance that we would actually end up not being. And we got ice cream in the Pride Lands, because why not? Also, still don't have... I do have a second Agrabah map now. Still don't have a face cam. I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully that will be fixed at some point in the future. Or not. The last episode hasn't gone up yet. So maybe you guys all let me know. Actually, the last episode did go up. It's just been less than a day. It hasn't been that long. So there is a chance that you guys all are like, yeah, just remove the face cam. Don't bring it back. We love it. We hate your face. Why did you even put it on in the first place? And I wouldn't know yet. It's been up for like 15 hours at this point. It's really weird to be fighting these enemies as Lion Sora. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of fun, but really weird at the same time. And there's a lot of items around here as well, so we're just going to be wandering around a little bit, collecting these items first and foremost. That's fitting. That's really fitting, getting the Circle of Life in the Pride Lands, and that's combo boost. That is really good. Let's equip that, because I think that is the ability. Of course, we have another armor slot. Let's see, what do we want to give? Probably the Cosmic Belt, I want to say. Probably not a bad idea to have that on. Do we have anything else that we want to... I think we're good. We have any more accessories? We don't. But we actually went into the menu for an entirely different purpose. We want to equip combo boosts, which is in here somewhere. Because it's a really good ability. The thing is, what am I going to get rid of for combo boosts? I still don't have Cure, by the way. I want everybody to realize that. Still don't have Cure. I guess we can get rid of one of the combo pluses, but that doesn't really do much for us. Error recovery we definitely want to keep. Let me just think for a second what we want to get rid of here. Magic Haste. I think that's like the third or fourth Magic Haste we got. Let's leave the Elephant Graveyard. And obviously crash the emulator, because why wouldn't you? For some reason I needed to load in the clean ISO to load the Savannah, which might have something to do with the fact that this is literally the largest map in the game, but I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully it doesn't, because if so, we do need to cross this map a lot in this world, and if we can't even enter it with the randomization patch applied, that could potentially be an issue. So... let's go find a save point and apply the randomization again, because there's going to be some chests around these parts as well, which I obviously do want to collect in a randomized fashion. That actually doesn't seem like that bad of an item. I'll go check that out in a moment. We've got an Oasis map, which actually I think is a Pride Lands map, so that is at least somewhat fitting. But let's go check out that ring we just got. Let's see. We've got a lot of master rings, so I doubt that's going to be too useful. Yeah, we're not going to be equipping that, you silly. Okay, so for some reason this time the map did load. Probably it's more of an anomaly that it didn't load properly before. I just have no idea why it didn't. So... these are randomized enemies now, and my Wi-Fi is now working again. I started recording this episode early because my Wi-Fi didn't work. It's like, okay, I can't work, let's go record an episode of Kingdom Hearts. And now it's working again, so... well, this is going to take like another hour to record. I guess work will have to wait. That's interesting. The dash ability is not gained through like a item pop-up or anything, so you still do get it here. I say while my game crashes. Okay, now that we have the dash ability, let's leave again. I really do like the dash ability because it makes you move so fast, especially along this gigantic map, which obviously is so gigantic because it needs to be able to have the ground shaker fight and also... we can't do that yet. Okay, so I guess we won't be making any chests until we can get a save file saved and loaded to reapply the randomization. Luckily, we can still get into the elephant graveyard, which actually has a save point, so we can do that exact thing. It took a little while and a little trial and error, but here we are. Getting a tranquility shard. It's been worth it. So worth it. It's mostly about the chests, not about the enemies in here. The enemies all are Mickey Mouse house. Mickey Mouse house map. Mickey Mouse house. Mickey house. What did it say? Mickey house or Mickey Mouse? That's another struggle wand. We know what that'll mean. It doesn't show up in your damn inventory for fairly good reasons. More useless maps. Fucking love it. Magnet! Which means that we now have Magnara? Magnara, I think it's called. Which actually really good, because Magnet is I would have preferred Cure. Don't get me wrong. I would have much preferred Cure. But having Magnara ain't bad. Ain't bad. Could be worse, could be better. I'm just like generally kind of happy with getting a Magnet upgrade. Magnet, Reflect, and Cure are the three magic elements I care about the most, and Decoy Presence. And I've got 2 out of 3 at raw levels, and 1 out of 3 at non levels. And if we ever want to fight data damage, we also do 1 Fire Guard. But those are really... And a Thunder Guy is not bad to have either, I suppose. So there's quite a few useful magic elements, unlike in Kingdom Hearts 3, where there's not a lot of magic, but all the magic you have is overpowered as shit. So I think there's just 1 more chest in here, and then we... A potion! That might literally be what it usually is as well. That might not have changed at all. Oh, there's more chests in here. There's so many chests in the Pride Lands. It's... kind of surprising. Guardian Soul. Didn't we already get that Keyblade? I mean, it's definitely in a different randomization patch, but... Thunder Boost. It really is a lot of... Hello? Why is it dark? And what... I want to know what the ID not found for this one is. Because ID not found usually ends up being something interesting. Is it an item? I doubt it, but let's check. Is it an item? Is it a Keyblade? I think we already had this one. It does not seem like... a new ID not found showed up here. Neither does it seem like this one out there. It's probably one of these, honestly, which I think are just empty slot placeholders. Something like that. Let's look in the stock if we find any like new ID not found. Is it that one? Enemies? I mean items. And as if all our chests adventures, I guess, haven't been enough yet. There's even more chests in here with one of those items again. Oh, I didn't open the chests in the Pride Lands again when loading up the randomization change. So I guess that means we do get a second shot at those chests, in theory. Magna... That's really good! That's really, really good! I'm really sad that I don't have... Wait, I didn't have Magic Haste yet? Huh, maybe that's... Wait a second, it doesn't require any AP. Is that an ability you usually only have on weapons? I'm definitely equipping that. I can't equip that. Never mind. I am, however, going to be equipping Magnet Burst, because Magnet Burst is a very good ability, which makes aerial combos worthwhile. Even if you have the Decisive Pumpkin and, like, just normal combo boost, it makes aerial combos worthwhile, especially in, like, crowded areas. It's so good. For right now, though, let's see what the next big thing is. I'm going to save state here, just in case. And of course, we get a Star Charm. Because why not? Let's see. I think we do want to equip that, probably. Star Charm. Let's see. It's probably... Is it going to replace the fancier earring? Maybe? It is. It just straight up is better than that. Just a little bit. But the fact that it's better than one of the best items in the game should show you how actually great that item is. I'm T-posed. And I can't really do anything. Well, avoid dancers like the plague. Is it even called a T-pose when it's not actually a, well, pose where you look like a T? Because usually a T-pose is like the arm spread and the character looks like a T, but that's only really done with humanoid characters, right? So if you're a lion and like your default like model pose, is that still called a T-pose? I know in some situations in some models characters don't get T-pose, but they get A-posed, which is like their arms and legs are spread out, so they look like an axe, like a cross. Of course the game crashes when I'm talking about T-posing. I think this is already the end of this world. We have the fight against the hyenas, which is gonna probably get randomized, and then the fight against Scar, which is gonna get randomized. And that's the end. So maybe after this, depending on how long this all takes, depending on how many times we have to re-randomize this, because things... Oh no. Oh no. That could be real bad. We might also have to the Olympus Coliseum to... Oh, this is not the axle that actually does... And you're T-posed. This is not actually the axle that sets the floor on fire, so that is something good for me at least, I suppose. I don't know if I can actually win this fight, because Axel seems to be invulnerable right now and Chen Yu doesn't seem to be doing anything. But almost Zemnis. Oh yeah, it's second almost Zemnis. Is it? It might not be. It might not be. I never can really tell which Armor Zemnis it is. I think that might just be normal Armor Zemnis. If it's the second form, we're screwed, because you need to actually do the reaction command in order to... Okay, that's one of them. You need to actually do the reaction command in order for him to become vulnerable again, and it seems like that is indeed the case. Maybe I just can't lock onto him. Let's try to see if we can actually still damage him, even though we can't see his HP. We can't attack Axel anyway, right? So let's just play around with Zemnis for like 1 or 2 more combos. Maybe. Maybe we can magnet. Not magnet. Maybe we can reflect and deal damage to him. Yeah, it doesn't seem... Yeah, he's invulnerable. Okay, let's load up the new patch. Actually, before we do that, we've got some chests to take care of, so let's do that first. And that is a... Wait, what was that? I think that's a staff for Donald, right? It's Lexis's thing, which... Lexis's weapon, which has a lot of strength, but like no magic. What would they give that to Donald? A staff with great, extraordinary strength and great magic. Halves the damage taken in critical situations. It's... I guess it's like a neat little thing, but usually Donald, you just want to give the item with the best magic set. Donald doesn't really have... We just learned teamwork, which actually, very good question. What is teamwork? The ability, I mean, teamwork. What does that do? I know what teamwork is, I just don't do it. Teamwork. A limit command that unleashes Goofy and Sora's joint attack, knock, smash, consumes all of Sora's HP. I've never heard of that before. But I guess that's a thing. And a bright gem. At least the staff for Donald was somewhat interesting. Okay, so one of these is... Oh, that's bad. Zigbar being here is not good, because I... Well, boy. That's not gonna fly, is it? We're going to have a similar issue as last time, which is we probably can't even attack we can't do the reaction command here. We can try to take out Yuffie and Vaxen just for a little bit of fun here, and we definitely will, but I do foresee some issues here. That being said, it's really satisfying to beat up Vaccine, because Vaccine is a not that bad of a fight like usually. The normal Vaccine isn't that bad, but him not being able to spawn Anti-Sora is really, really nice. Because we can now just beat him up, and the data version of Vaccine actually is a really annoying fight. Which this is not the data version, obviously. But still very satisfying to beat him up. I wasn't a huge fan of how they handled Vaccine. Maybe... I don't know, it seemed a little bit weird how they handled him in 3, but I'll be fine with it. There's probably going to be like some backstory regarding Vaccine in one of the side games, the mobile games. Sooner or later anyway. I know he used to work for Ansem the Wise, so he's probably not related to the Keyblade War in any way, because at this point we would have seen him, but a man can hope, because he seems to like become very important for like no reason at all. So that is wrong target. That is 2 out of 3 done. I know I didn't finish the combo yet, but I first and foremost do want to see, can I even... Yeah, no, I don't think I can. There's no real use in... Oh, let's just reload into a different patch. Because this is not going to go anywhere. This is the last patch I actually have, and... This should be possible. This should now be possible. I don't know how the books thing will go together with me being Lion Sora. And somebody's actually attacking Timon and Pumbaa. What is this? I would very much like you to fuck off, Tifa. Your AI is working too well. Just... when do you even fight Tifa? It's gotta be in the Colosseum, right? Okay, at least that is that. And it doesn't seem like Zaxian can actually trap me in his book. So that is good. And then we can just beat up P. Yeah, I think Lion Sora means that I'm literally just protected. You're gonna get stuck in a loop now because you're DM. Or are you? You're not. That's amazing, because I was afraid that I was going to have to just do this unrandomized. Because this is the last patch I have left. Are you gonna get stuck in a loop? No, you're not. And now we just beat up P. Which... Of course. Would have almost been too easy. Honestly, I'm surprised that we didn't get a combination of like Cerberus, Ground Shaker, and the huge thing from Land of Dragons Visit 2, like all together. That would have been kind of amazing, honestly. That was ridiculously easy. Finishing an entire combo on them, that is the most difficult part there. But other than that, that's really easy. Is there any chests around here that I should open before moving on to Scar? I should definitely re-randomize the game before moving on to Scar. Cloud, old body of mine, you're gonna make this ridiculously easy. I mean, after all the bullshit we just went through, I don't mind that in the slightest, but that was that. And we gained an accessory slot. That's something we've not had before at all. Yet another accessory slot. I'm gonna get so many accessories, I'm gonna get so much AP, it's gonna be ridiculous. And that is the Interceptor map. And you know what? Because if I go into Twilight Town, which we will be doing next episode, I won't be able to get back to the Colosseum for a while. And I feel like this episode hasn't been particularly lengthy so far. So let's do at least one cup. Because as somebody in my Discord pointed out, finishing the cup actually gives you items. And getting items obviously means they're going to be randomized. I just don't know how well the randomization and the cups mix. So let me save state here before I crash my entire game. We've got the Pain and Panic Cup and the Cerberus Cup. Let's start with the Pain and Panic Cup. If we go through that very easily and very quickly, we might do the Cerberus Cup as well today. It all really just depends. This doesn't seem very randomized, in which case I'm just going to show you what the what the prizes are, because if the enemies aren't randomized, this is not a lot of like fun. This is not interesting at all. This still has that issue, even though the enemies were not randomized. That's bad. Let's try loading a different randomization patch to see if that fixes things, and otherwise, I guess we're just not doing cups. Yeah, no, these are definitely different enemies, never mind. So they do get randomized, and that is probably also why they didn't end the fight. That's also Magnet Burst. I freaking love it, yeah. So the rounds don't actually end when the enemy is randomized, it seems. So I'm going to load in the two different randomization patches I have, but the big issue is I need a randomization patch that doesn't mess with any of the rounds. If it messes with one of the rounds, I can't change patch mid-round, like mid-tournament. So I see a big potential issue there. Okay, so that's at least one round. One round, just 9 to go, I think. We can do this. Hopefully, maybe, probably not. But we're going to give it our best. And at the end of round 2, we run into a very familiar issue. I've only got one patch left, and after that we're just not doing tournaments. Which seems like we're probably just not going to be doing tournaments. Do you see what I see? I see an empty arena, but no end trigger for the fight. So well, that's been that. We gave it a shot. We looked into whether or not it was possible to do the cups. I mean, I'll give you a Cerberus cup just because why not? But it's not going to be working out too well for us here. So this is just it was an attempt. There was an attempt here to go ahead and do the cups in the Colosseum. It's not going to be working out for us. That's abundantly clear at this point. It's not going to be working out for us, which means that we're going to not get like a fair amount of items. I think every single cup you win, you get an item and a trophy, which both of those will be randomized into different items. So that would be a total of like, well, 2 items per cup, obviously. So far we seem to be doing well though in the Cerberus Cup, so maybe it's just a Pain and Panic Cup. Maybe it is. It's very unlikely that it's just a Pain and Panic Cup, but a man can dream. Okay? Just let me dream. Let me hope. Okay, that's 2. That's 2 so far. Maybe it's got something to do with, I don't know what it'd be. But so far we are doing fairly well as far as timing goes as well. So, which makes sense because we are fairly powerful. And some of the enemies do get randomized into being ridiculously weak. We might be finishing this one. We might be finishing this one, which actually, I'd be very happy to do so. Because I was kind of disappointed there a moment ago when... Sure, please do detonate yourself so that I don't have to actually kill you. Wait a second, Donald and Goofy aren't in the Cerberus Cup? I wasn't aware of that until this very moment. And the only reason that I'm aware of it is because I'm getting ragdolled around by these annoying enemies. Okay, this enemy can go ahead and die, thank you. I think that means that we're about halfway through. So do we get a mini boss here? We don't. We just get a shit ton of enemies. This is fun. Shift shot, actually. Oh my god, that was real good for me. Yeah, so this is definitely one of those situations where the randomization makes things a little bit more difficult than the original version of the game, but Magnet Burst helps me out because, again, it's an amazing ability. It's probably my favorite ability in this game. Explosion is a close second. Explosion is a close combat ability, that is. Once more and Second Chance, obviously, both are the shared number 1. I don't even want to say number 1 and number 2 respectively, because they're both essential. They're both amazing, and I wouldn't want to have Kingdom Hearts without either of them. But as far as combat abilities go, definitely Magnet Burst and Explosion are up there as the 2 best ones. I do want to make sure that I can heal myself sometime soon though. There's just 4 enemies here. Do I have items? I've got some potions. We'll have to deal with the enemies without getting hit much after this, though. And did your own blast just kill you? Is that how that works? Or was it a blast of a different enemy? I don't even think enemies can damage each other, so it had to be a self-destruction kind of thing, right? I guess we have Kamikaze Heartless. After this, I think we only have one more round and then the, well, usually Cerberus fight, but obviously it's not going to be Cerberus. Well, I say obviously, it could still be Cerberus. I doubt it, but it's probably going to be a different boss fight. And oh my god, if it ends up being a annoying or, God forbid, impossible boss fight at the end of the tournament, I'm going to lose my shit. It's not going to be good for me at all. There's a really good chance that that's what ends up happening. Actually, I am using the quote-unquote safe randomization patch, so that should be somewhat like easier and make sure that things stay possible to complete, but it doesn't always do that. It can't always do that, obviously. I mean, if it puts Zigbar here, for instance, or the experiment, we can definitely just take on the experiment, right? That shouldn't be that big of a deal. We've taken on the experiment before. The only thing is, can we do it within a minute? And without cure? The answer to both of them is probably not at this pace. Man, that deals a lot of damage. You don't like being reflected, do you? Okay, why are you invulnerable suddenly? Kickspin, kickspin. Only got 44 seconds left, dude. Need to make it count. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make this. We're not gonna have this happen. We have to try. Maybe this will save us? I don't even think there's enough time, like, at all, left to do anything here. Maybe. Maybe Anti-Form is our saving grace here. Because Anti-Form is, like, a lot of damage output very, very quickly. But in only, like, 7 more seconds? I don't know. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. It's so close! We didn't make it. We did not make it. I should have save stated before doing that fight. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat him. So, we made it back here, this time a little bit better prepared, this time with save states, and also with a lot more time, because I absolutely annihilated every other entry in this tournament, like, no problem at all. So, this time, we're definitely going to be able to beat him, because if we got so close last time, definitely part of that was the fact that I was panicking, but I've got a bit of a strategy now, because I know that Reflect really works well against him. I still don't know how to deal with this, like, tornado thing, though, which is really annoying, but I don't have time to, like, spot your pattern, your movement patterns and stuff, though, so... Okay, you already split into 2. I just need to kick spring you now. Get you back there. And I think that now makes you vulnerable for my attacks. And I've got a minute and a half left. You only got like 2 more HP, 3 more HP bars, admittedly. Okay, they join together again, which means that maybe this is a good time to go into my anti-form. Because that worked very well last time, so let's absolutely annihilate his HP again with anti-form, because it's probably my favorite thing to do. Just go into anti-form because I have control over that now in this version of the game, and just go to town on this dude. And finish him off with like 40 seconds left to go. Probably, if I'm lucky. And that is that. Also, I've got 1,018 points, whatever that means. And we're going to get some randomized items, which is what we're doing this for at the end of the day anyway, which is an elixir and a Twilight Town map. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.